As the cryptocurrency markets bleed off, what are some opportunities? We are going on a buying spree on the show today live. We'll be putting in some trades, looking at charts. Which ones are the most undervalued altcoins in this current market dip? We're going to talk about that. Also, don't worry, because the whales are stepping in. A shitload of money was bought by the whales for Bitcoin, for XRP, for Cardano. Mining companies are not only mining Bitcoin, but they're also buying Bitcoin. Will we see another Michael Saylor buy? What are the Wall Street going to do? Are they going to buy or sell the dip here? We're going to talk about that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we're the entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take old, boring, stale information, repackage the whole thing up in a fun and sexy way. We are here, we are back, and well, Bitcoin and crypto is down. Your portfolio is red on the 24 hours, but we don't care. Why? Because it's time to buy. And you know what? If you're here, well, you're doing a lot better than the other scared money that only wants to play when prices are up and things are expensive. Let's just think of it this way. It's Black Friday. Things are on sale. What are you buying? Everything's on discount. This might be the final pullback before the next big rally in Bitcoin where we see that $110,000, $120,000 Bitcoin.
It's the final pullback.
So, you know what?
Don't interrupt my song. Anyways, that was a great song. But yes, the final pullback, maybe. Good.
Cool. All right. So, you know, why are you here? What are you doing? And let's be real here. We're trying to make money, right? And so this is the point in time that you make money. I know that a lot of mentality for traders, a lot of mentality for the people watching is, hey, once I make money in Ethereum and Bitcoin and XRP and Cardano, then I'm going to take profits and I'm going to move down into other things. You know what? I would challenge you to say this, like now is the time to take money and then invest into
Are you giving
your
financial
favorite
advice?
projects. No, not at all.
Okay.
Never do that. I'm giving you my personal
Life advice.
personal strategies that I implement, right? So and you know, I was talking to David about this earlier today, and I was like, hey, look, what I'm doing is I'm taking. I had cash on the side. I was waiting for a pullback. Oh, here it is, and so now I'm eyeballing. Well, my favorite altcoins, and I'm still on that Avalanche and Chronos train, and so. For me, you know, I'm looking at Avalanche. It's down 15% right now on the 24 hours. This is something that was over $50 just a couple days ago. Take a look at the chart here. This is on the 1 day, 24 hours ago. When we started our show yesterday, it was at $46.60, currently under $40. Look at the 1 week, $53. And if you go back on the 1 year, you can say, how many times were we under $40? Or, you know, and it really was during this long consolidation period. We saw Avalanche go above $50 back in that February that we saw all the altcoins rally. But then it was under $40, even briefly under $30 as well at times. And we are back in that range again. So if you have had your eye on Avalanche, I don't know how low this is going to go, but I don't think you're going to get a lot of opportunities to pick up Avalanche under $40. Maybe it goes down to 33, maybe it goes down to 35. I'm not exactly sure on the support levels, but I just know that this for a value proposition is something that I am eyeballing very closely. Also, do not sleep on Chronos. I wanted to open up the show with my two favorite picks, and that's because I want to give you guys my perspective on what I'm doing in moments like this where Bitcoin pulls back. And I say, hey, all right, where's my Chronos at? Here it is, 31. Now, this hasn't had such a sharp pullback as Avalanche, so I think I'm probably favoring Avalanche as far as a a better value, but which one of the two has the most upside? I think Kronos does, just because of how far down the market cap listed is. At a $4 billion market cap, it is prone to run. I think that the meeting between the CEO of crypto.com and also Donald Trump down in Mar-a-Lago, it kind of shapes up the narrative that perhaps crypto.com is going to have an integral part of the U.S.'s Bitcoin strategy. Perhaps there's maybe they're the go-to exchange to facilitate the buys for the U.S. I don't think that's going to happen, but perhaps it does. If it does, I think it bodes extremely well for Kronos. I think it bodes well for crypto.com. And so this is something I'm keeping an eye on. Once again, you look back on the 1 week, down 17 cents, so not down as much as perhaps Avalanche. But take a look on the 1 year. You can see that it might have more room to pull back. I don't know. Either way, two projects I'm keeping a close eye on. Avalanche is looking really, really good for me right now, down 26% on the week. What do you think about Avalanche and its current price? Is there some altcoins that you are salivating over, David? Are there any that you are really excited about? Because this is the time to make money. This is what I'm excited about. It's cool to like sit back. It's like going on vacation, right? I mean, here's how the way I look at these markets, right? When your Bitcoin portfolio is up and you're up 30, 40, 50, you got some projects in your portfolio that are 2x or 3x, you go on vacation, right? You go on vacation, you sit at the beach, you got your pina colada in your coconut, you're sitting at the pool, you don't do anything, right? You're just hanging out, you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. You've been working hard all year. You got that 2 week vacation. You're in nice resort, you're hanging out. That's what you do when your portfolio is green. Now, when the markets flip and we go red, that's when you go to work. That's when you put in overtime. That's when you do your research.
What if you're still at the beach and you haven't finished your pina colada?
Well, get the hell off the beach. Get in here. Get back to work. You know what? It is time to make money, man.
No, that reminds me of my dad my dad had his own business, and we used to take trips to Vegas, and it was just him. And he would have to leave sometimes because he got a call. He would have to leave in the middle of the night, drive back to California, do the job, and then come back the next morning. But, I'm bullish on farts, man.
On farts?
Fart corn, baby.
Oh.
Just kidding. That thing's at $1 billion. That's funny. Yeah, Kronos and Avalanche are really good ones. But the ones I'm really you're saying salivating over, Cardano sub 90 cents.
What about Dogecoin? Dogecoin's at 30 cents. Yeah. It's down. It's down a lot.
Dude, at the end of the day, I mean, let's be honest here. Let's be honest with the people watching. At the end of the day, every single coin in the top 15 outside of... No, you know what? I'll throw SHIB in there too. Every coin in the top 15, it would be a good pickup, right? It would be great. They're down 15, 20%, depending on what time frame you're looking at. Outside of maybe Bitcoin, that thing is starting to come back. ETH, great buy. XRP, great buy. Solana, under $200, excellent buy. Doge, great. Cardano, Tron, Avalanche, Chainlink, Toncoin, SHIB, SUI, all good buys. They're all really good. So you got to look at, well, which one's better, right? If you only have X amount of dollars to allocate to X amount of projects, I'm looking at Stellar Lumens at 36.95 cents. This thing ran up to 60 cents. So it's almost a 2X away to just getting back to its 3 weeks ago high. And XLM's a big one. Doesn't get the hype that, let's say, XRP does or really any of the other altcoins, but fundamentally, this is one of the best projects in the top 20. I look at something like Hedera that ran hot. That's down 11%. But for my 3, I really, really like XLM. I love Cardano, sub 90 cents. And then I'm going to go a little further down the list here. And I'm looking right here. I'm looking at Ondo at $1.75. This thing ran up to what? $2 and what did it run up to? $2.12, $2.20, down around 30%, right? So this is sitting at $1.75. Ondo's to me is an excellent pickup. But a lot of good ones. Now, what we're going to do today is, obviously, we're talking about buying and holding, right? What about trading? what about making money in the short term? I did a Cardano video. I put in a Cardano trade. So you're going to have to watch that video to find out. But I want to put in 2 to 3 more trades on the show today. And we'll go through the charts. We'll go through the list. We'll see which ones are at support, which ones are at critical levels. We'll kind of go through the entire process of how to put a trade in. If you guys want to follow along, there's a link in the description. The platform we use is Buy DeFi, especially if you're here in the US, no VPN, no KYC. So with that being said, we'll get back to that in a second. I do want to share a couple of headlines here. $1 billion was liquidated from the crypto markets in the past 24 hours. As you can see here, XRP's actually, XRP's holding up pretty well, dude. $2.28, only down 7.7% on the 24 hour. Compared to ETH down 9%, Solana down 10%, Doge down 18%, Cardano down 15%. XRP's holding up fairly well. Now, Bitcoin is rebounding on the 1 hour. You see it is up 1%. XRP on the 1 hour is up almost 2%. So the largest 1 hour gainer in the top 10 is XRP. You take a look here as well. Speaking of XRP, Whales bought another $110 million worth of the XRP token in the last 24 hours. Now, Rob, let me ask you one thing. So you got XRP, didn't really draw down as much as the rest of the altcoins, right, in the top 25. Is this still, in your opinion, is this a good place to enter? Is an 8% pullback enough for you to enter into XRP, whether it's your first time getting a position or maybe adding to your portfolio?
Right now, I'm not looking at XRP. Not any shade at it. I just think for a value proposition, I think there's just some other projects that are on massive discount. We know how hard XRP ran, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback come delayed, right? So for me, I'm not getting exposure to XRP. I know you're a little bit more plugged into the charts, and maybe people have just wanted to buy XRP and wanted to see some kind of price movement. Now that the price movement has came and we broke up above $2, perhaps now they're just comfortable buying for the long term. I'm not exactly sure, but if I had to take a pick, if I had to go swing one way or the other, if Bitcoin stays under $100,000 and we maybe forecast out a week or so, I think at some point you get a big pullback from XRP. I just don't know when it is. Now, if Bitcoin rebounds, gets above $100,000, then at that point, I think that XRP, maybe has a slow relief and then, back onto the races. But in both of those situations, I think that going into higher value projects, or I don't want to say higher value projects, but projects that are at discount right now at a better buy rate, that are undervalued. I think that there's more projects out there. And we're big fans of XRP, but man, I can't stop looking at some of the, I just simply go off to 24 hours, right? The 24 hours is always a really simple way of looking at what is the best value right now on the 24 hours and the week. So take a look here. What is down the most? If you are a fan of Gala, I know that we've talked about Gala before. It's at 3.5 cents. I mean, this is down 20% on the 24 hours. I mean, you look back on the 1 month, it did get up to 6 cents, so you're almost a 2x away from where it was just 2 weeks ago. And so if you think that Gala is going to have a role to fill in the gaming narrative when it comes to crypto, this might be a no-brainer pickup, right? Now, how high will Gala go? Will it get up to 50 cents? Will it get to that golden dollar that we've talked about in the past? I'm not sure. I think, and I'll just quickly say, I think it really relies on their catalog and adoption and bringing in users to play their games and or being active participants in the ecosystem. But I'll just say this, will it get to 10 cents? I feel pretty confident in that. And I think it gets to 10 cents in the short term. I think we see $110,000 Bitcoin, and you couple that with the gaming sector rallying. I think we see a 10, 15 cent Gala, which is, a 5x from where it is now on the higher end. And so, yeah.
Buying that Pengu or what?
No, absolutely not. I really love Doge right here, bro. I think Doge and Avalanche might be your best pick. Doge, I'm so bullish on Dogecoin. I mean, this is.
You want to put your money where your mouth is?
I don't have
to pick one. I'll pick one to trade.
Yeah, put in a Doge trade right
You
here.
want to put in a Doge trade?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Do your thing, bro.
This is your trade, buddy. You tell me what leverage you want.
It's strong support there at that 30 cents, right? You go back.
I wouldn't recommend going more than 4 or 5x leverage. I think the market's a little too volatile.
It launched. So take a look here. It launched from 15 to 30 cents. So there's not a lot of support in between 30 cents and the 15 cents. So if it loses that 30 cents, you're probably going to get liquidated. And so this is something, don't put a lot of money onto this one. Don't put a lot of the bankroll, because it is about as prime and ready for liquidation as it comes.
I mean, just had a
there's just no support in between 30 and 15 cents. But Elon Musk, X platform, the payments that is coming for X platform eventually, I just don't know how you couldn't be bullish on Dogecoin. Also, massive community. We know this thing moves fast. I mean, it literally went from 15 cents to 40 cents in the span of like 3 weeks. And so I think that it could happen again. And if you are on the right side of a leverage trade going long and you catch this thing anywhere near a bottom without getting liquidated, I think it's a massive return. So
here's what the Doge chart looks like, and then we'll put the trade in. So Doge on the 1 hour. It's kind of trading right around the large volume node, right around 31.7 cents. It did wick down to our discount zone, high volume. And then we had 2 straight hour liquidation candles, which created a large gap. So chances are this gap's going to fill, and the fill target is going to be that 34.76 cent level. If you zoom out to the 4 hour, even better, right? Also hit the discount zone. And you got a big volume node on the 4 hour, again, at 31.76. You zoom out to the 12 hour. And so the gap we have on the 12 hour is between 30.9 to 32.4 cents. And again, large volume. We have an even bigger volume node here and right in our equilibrium zone, which is between 27.9 and 30 cents. And so I think if you hide your liquidation under 27.6 cents, I think you're fine. And so I have the Doge here pulled up on Buy DeFi. By the way, if you guys want to follow along again, use the link in the description. What kind of leverage you want on here, my friend?
Put in a 5x.
5x leverage? Okay. 5x. So this is Robin's trade, okay? We're going to come back to the show tomorrow and potentially Monday, depending on how the price action is. And we're going to take a look at this. All right, so 250 Doge long 5x leverage position. Robin's trade, the position is currently in. Here are our positions that we're holding on to. Did make some money on a Bitcoin short yesterday. As you can see here on the P&L, we sold our 5x Bitcoin short. The current positions we hold, we still have our XRP position, which is up 750% still. We have our ETH position still open, our long. Just open an ADA position. There you can see it. That one is up. And then Rob's price here, your liquidation price, my friend, is 25.37 cents. You go back to the chart, 25.37. Let's take a look at the daily here. 25.37 is right in that fair value gap we have, which I don't think it's going to get there. So, I think we're pretty safe. So that's your trade. I'll get to my trade here in a second. But do want to give a big thank you. Today's show is partly brought to you by Legacy Academy, Legacy Network, Legacy Academy, and the Legacy app is live on Apple and Google Play stores. Their LGCT token is coming in the very, very, very near future. And if you want to earn some of those tokens, download the app, do the quizzes, learn, have fun, play. It's an amazing app, you guys. If you haven't downloaded it, do yourselves a favor. It's free. For now, it's free. Use it, and then give them a rating on the App Store as well. So big shout out and thank you to Legacy.
Also, I launched a super chat goal.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't want to do one today because we did one yesterday. But hey, go ahead, man.
Why not?
Okay.
It's 5 super chats of $20 or more. And it's Ask Ashley Anything. There we go. So
so you're pimping out Ashley.
Yeah, there you go.
Ashley, what are your thoughts on that?
Why didn't you tell me? Like, why was this not like an offer first?
Okay, well, Ashley, to be fair, if we do reach that goal, we will cut you in. What is it? 20 times 5?
That's $100. Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
We'll cut you in. Ashley, we'll cut you in 30%. Okay, because you're part of it. Deal?
Oh, goody.
Okay. At least you get to make money. But we get to pick the question.
No.
No.
She's just going to pick a lame question.
No, one of the 5. We'll pick one of the 5
Oh,
out of the 20.
In the super chat, put the question you want.
Yeah, there you go. And then we'll pick one of those 5.
This sounds like an awful idea, but all right.
Yeah, we'll roll with it. You know what, Ashley? I would always ask for your consent first before I put you up to any of this. Robin does what he wants
will
to
not.
Do. All right, guys, make sure to like the video. Do you have any shout outs you want to give to the community?
Do have a few new faces. Seems like a lot of the regulars are back here again. But we got David F, Cannabolics, and then also Kylie, Alec, and Mad Medic. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
All right, let's talk about a little bit of this. So, Bitcoin's price tag, or I can't read today. Bitcoin's price has legs above 100K despite holders booking profits. It's according to an analysis. Bitcoin's short-term holders are stepping in to absorb sell-side pressure from the long-term holders. Now, what this tells you is people are excited to buy the dip, right? You got the long-term holders that might have been holding on, might have bought at 15K, 20K, 25K. Maybe I've been holding for 5, 7, 8, 10 years. And like, you know what? I'm happy with 100K Bitcoin. That was my goal. I'm going to cash out 100K. I'm doing it. Cool. Short-term holders stepping in who just bought minus 1 year, right? 1 year or less. They're stepping in and they're buying the dips, right? They're buying what the long-term holders are selling. So what that tells me is there is still excitement of people wanting to buy Bitcoin. And remember, okay, I know you watching, you don't think this way, okay? Neither does Wall Street. They don't get scared when they've identified an asset that they want exposure to. They don't get scared when the price goes down unless something fundamentally changes. But a majority of people that are in the space that invest and buy, that's what they do. The price goes down and they get nervous. They get scared. So they sell off and they're like, oh my God, I sold it the wrong. So we're not doing that, right? We know better. Nothing's changed on Bitcoin. So Wall Street's going to continue to buy these dips. That's why you see these dips from 107 and 98K. I bet you will be over 100K by Saturday. I bet you. 2 days. $1 billion liquidated, no problem.
We saw how quick we rebounded last time.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
And, you know,
what did we go from 101 to 92 and then right back up?
You know, I'll signal you over to a chart. You want to pull up a Bitcoin chart, but just on the quick look on the coin market cap, look at the 1 week, right? And so we were trading over, no, you know, let's go to the month here. And so, you know, we got it in above 100K. Where's it? You know what? We'll go back to the 1 week. All right. So we dipped under back in yesterday and we rebounded pretty quickly. And then, yeah, this coin market cap's not doing it for me. But
what are you trying to look at?
Just how long we were under $100,000. We had 3 days, and we were back up above 100K. And then once again, we were down under 100K back in November for a little over a week. So we had 1 week under 100K, 3 days under 100K. I wouldn't expect this to be any longer than a week. So,
you know, we're seeing a little bit of a tug of war here. So this is BTC on the daily. You got a lot of volume, dude. I mean, this is on the daily chart right here, 98.7, between 98 flat, 98.7. Let's call it 98 to 99K. You're seeing a lot of volume coming in. And, you know, the bulls try to push the price back up. They did to 102. This is on today's candle. We got a wick all the way down in 96.7, and we're currently trading at 97.8. And so this is, I think, a key level. I'm interested to see how price action will play out. And we haven't gotten to oversold territory on the daily. If we zoom out to the 4 hour, we've hit oversold. You zoom down to the 1 hour, we're still oversold. And, you know, one of the strategies, I'll give a shout out to Dan from the chart guys. One of the strategies he talks about is looking at the 1 hour when we hit oversold conditions and we're at support level. And so let's take a look. Bitcoin on the 1 hour, right? You just kind of zoom out. Let's take off this indicator here. You kind of zoom out and try to find, well, where's like the very next level of support? You want to look where price is tagged. I mean, 95.7 would be a great level. You zoom in, right? And let's get rid of this volume profile here. And let's throw on a horizontal line on 95.7. Bam. I mean, you take a look here. Go back. This was back on November 20th, we saw price break above this level, came back on a retest from 98.2 all the way down to 95.7, and price rebounded and rallied. You take a look here, just perfectly hit this level, right? Consolidated there for a few hourly candles, and then started rallying back up. This was back on November 25th. We saw a large liquidation candle to the downside, and then the very next candle, we pushed back up, chopped sideways, broke below, came back. I mean, you can kind of see the trend, how price has reacted to this 95.7 level, right? Tagged it here, perfect support. Tagged it here, perfect support, right? Got resistance here, consolidated. Support on a wick, right? Support. I mean, so this 95.7 level, which we're not too far off, which leads me, I'm going to actually put in a limit order on BTC. I said I want to do some trading here today. My goal was to do 3 trades. Let's see how many we get in. So this is going to be our second trade of the day. We're going to go to BTC, and we're going to put in a limit order at $95,780. So a little bit above. We'll go another 50 on that one. So, and then this one, I'm going to go, I feel pretty confident. So I'm going to keep it at a 5X. 5X, 95,780 on Bitcoin on a limit order. We're going to go long here. Let's scroll down and take a look at where our liquidation point is for BTC. Let's make sure this thing logged in. Where did you go, Bitcoin trade? Let's refresh this page here. Guess it didn't go through. All right, let's try it one more time. 95.7. Go with that. Bang. Isolated 5X.
Bitcoin's price is kind of on the way down. While you put in that trade real quick, take a look here. You got Bitcoin at $97,400. We did see it hit as low earlier this morning as 97.2. We saw some wicks on some of the exchanges down to 96.5, and the fact that CoinMarketCap has this currently at 97.4, we are kind of testing this lower bounds of current price action. And I know you threw in 95, isn't that what you said?
95.7, yeah.
95.7. Will we get there? Obviously, the exchanges that have a little bit more leverage focused, we'll see a little bit more volatility, and perhaps we do go down to that range and then rebound. 97.4 flat, man. And so yeah, very curious to see how low Bitcoin will go. Let me ask you in the chat, where is the bottom for Bitcoin here? I would say in the next 48 hours. Next 48 hours, where do you think Bitcoin's price is going to land? If you think that Bitcoin gets lower than 95,000, put a 1 in the chat in the next 48 hours. Under 95, so we see a 94, 93. If you don't put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think that Bitcoin's going to quite drop that low, 97,000 might be kind of the bottom of this flash crash, back up to 98, 99. Put a 2 in the chat. I want to know over, under. 1 under 95, 2 over 95 next 48 hours. I want to know where the chat lines up on our price action.
Where does Robin line up?
48 hours, I don't think we go under 95.
Me neither.
But going into the weekend, possibly. Very, very possibly.
I want to share this. This was a thread by Matt Hogan, the CIO of Bitwise. A brief thread on today's move in crypto and why I don't think it alters the bullish trend. Obviously, the big catalyst was the Fed announcement. They lowered their expectations for the next year from 4 to 2 cuts. That's really what kind of had the sell-off, at least in the stock market, which obviously, eventually got into the crypto market. Higher rates are bad for risk assets, and the Fed's announcement caused a sharp pullback in risk assets. S&P fell 3%. Russell 2000 fell 4.4%. Bitcoin fell more, tumbling from 106K to 99. Obviously, currently we're at that 98, 97, 98K level. The impact is clear from the chart below. Obviously, you don't need to be a genius to figure out that Jerome Powell is really the reason that this price dipped. This being crypto, however, the initial pullback wasn't the end of the story. Leverage is a fact of the life in crypto, and when there are sharp pullbacks in the market, leverage positions get stopped out. 600 million of the leverage long positions were blown out in today's market, exacerbating the pullback, right? So is this a hiccup or a reversal? My guess, it is just a hiccup. The Fed is less relevant to crypto than it has been in the past. Crypto has now internal momentum, and nothing about today's announcement interrupts the mega trends, which is 1, pro-crypto reversal in Washington policy, 2, rising institutional adoption and ETF flows, 3, Bitcoin purchases by governments and corporations, and 4, major tech breakthroughs in the programmable blockchain space. You agree with what Matt is saying here, Rob? What are your thoughts with what Mr. Hogan stated?
I think he's right on point. I think that just a small blip on the radar. I don't think that we see any major corrections. I don't think we see sub $90,000 Bitcoin. And so anything short of $80,000 Bitcoin, I think is just a small hiccup, right? I mean, don't you agree? Even if we got down to 93,000, that's not a major pullback, right? Exactly. Now, sub 90K, we could argue that's, we're talking 20% at that point, right? If you go from $104,000, $105,000 Bitcoin down to 80,000 or 85,000, we're upwards of 20% pullback. I think that's pretty damn significant, especially for crypto. Does that mean the bull market's invalidated? Absolutely not. Remember, we have a crypto president taking office in just about a month, and so in less than a month. And so regulation is going to be favorable for crypto here in the United States. It's going to plug in the New York Stock Exchange even more so than it is, nation state adoption. And there's probably more in the horizon that we're not even seeing right now. We don't even understand how big of an impact it is. I think that the Cynthia Lummis bill is going to usher in other crypto-friendly regulations, and do not discount what stable coins are going to do for crypto's ecosystem. And I think that if all of a sudden banks and also perhaps central banks, not only your regular retail banks like your Bank of America and your Chase, but if the central bank starts to utilize blockchain and we start to see a flurry of transactions on chain to facilitate the movement of stable coins on microtransactions or just millions of transactions that are moving internationally, between states, between banks, it's going to absolutely explode the price of crypto. And on top of that, you have just a supply and demand shock that we're going to have from progressive crypto regulation, and also with the U.S. being a net buyer and not a seller and a holder of Bitcoin. I look at these moments and I just say, hey, look, this is a gift, right? And the fact that we got 370 people watching. And so I talk to you here, you holding the phone, and I say, this is the opportunity. This is where money is made. This is where you separate yourself from the person at your work that randomly buys meme coins at the wrong time, right? This is the right time. This is what you want to do. And so right now, methodically look through the tokens that are available, the projects that are available, and start getting positions on them. And there's nothing wrong with shifting as well. You know what? If you've kind of lost confidence in some altcoin project that you don't really see a lot of promise in, you know what? Move laterally, right? There's nothing wrong if you got exposure to, we'll throw out one we hate, right? Let's say you have exposure to Hex.
Don't say that. I crumble.
Now you
like saying the word Voldemort.
Now you have like $5,000, right? Let's just say you're down, whatever. But it doesn't matter, right? Let's just say you're in a project you don't really believe in long term any longer, right? Or at least you have less confidence in it, and you want to move laterally or Decentraland or whatever it is. And so sell that and then move over to something that has a little bit more promise. Move into that Avalanche.
I ain't moving laterally.
Oh, there it is. Hold on.
I'm not moving.
We are under.
I am not moving. I'm not moving laterally on Hex. I'm throwing the little thing up top of the well and just pulling myself right back. I'm going vertical on that thing. Someone said, is that a background, a real large screen behind?
It's a real screen, baby.
Yeah. Better not be a fucking background. It was a little expensive background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, someone said, anyone own Snack? I do. I had some Snack, a little bit. Decided to add more because I did a poll. Finally was able to get my Cardano off Kraken, got it into my Vesper wallet, and bought some Snack. This was on Tuesday. It was my birthday gift to myself. Bought some more Snack.
Birthday gift to yourself, huh?
Yeah. My wife got me a birthday present too. She got me these Air Max. Yeah, bro. Anyways, let's talk a little bit more about Bitcoin. I'm hoping that order really fills, man. I'm really hoping that order fills.
96.7. Oh, sorry, I'm just
95.7.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying 96.6. Look at this thing, man. The floor is falling, bro.
You know what? You know what?
I love just watching price fall. I genuinely do. Like, I know a lot of you kind of like wake up kind of like irritated or pissed off. I literally I'm just like, what do you think? Are you excited?
You look sad.
No,
no one's asked her a question yet.
Yeah. Nobody cares about you.
You don't.
We do. I'm just saying the chat doesn't apparently.
You guys don't.
Ashley,
we do.
Ashley, I'm gonna show you tomorrow how much I care about you. We're gonna show you tomorrow how much. Stop thinking weird, okay? You'll see tomorrow how much you care about you, okay? We care a lot. We appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
Did I get something?
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Even though the prices are down. Fuck.
Okay.
Some people are saying, Rob, I heard someone ask this like a day or two ago. Time of the year, people, they maybe, made a really big trade, made a lot of money, and they're sitting there saying, well, with this pullback, should I sell some and do like tax harvesting, right? Like loss harvesting. Like, should I sell it? Is it a net gain by selling some and taking that L, and then, it kind of balances out my wins? If you have any sort of those questions, we have Ernest from decrypted.tax. He'll be joining us in a little bit. And so if you have any questions on taxes and how to make sure you keep, right, we're always talking about making money. I think the more important thing is how much of that money are you going to keep in your pocket, in your bank account versus giving it over to the IRS. And so we'll have Ernest join us here in about 2 to 3 minutes. We'll have him join us and answer some important tax questions for you guys, okay? I do want to talk about this really, really quick on BTC. HUD 8 acquires another 990 Bitcoin for the strategic reserve. If you're not familiar, HUD 8 is one of the top mining companies. You have Marathon acquires $1.5 billion in Bitcoin to date, not today, but to date with convertible notes. So interesting here. You got two mining companies who are not just mining, but they're also buying. Pretty cool. And then you have this. This is from AIXBT. Web3 gaming finally getting real. Moonray. Have you heard of Moonray, Robin?
No,
I have not either. No idea.
There's Moonbeam. There's just
what?
There's just Beam. There's
let's say, hey AIXBT, what the hell is Moonray? And then we'll see if he responds. He or she or it. Moonray shipping on Epic Store now, PS5 next year, actual game first, token second. Rob, I think this is going to be a trend we see in gaming. We saw the success of Off the Grid. That's the thing, right? Is success emulates success, right? They say it's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. So everyone looks at Off the Grid and says, wow, what is success? Holy moly, that's what we're going to do. Everyone looks at MicroStrategy. Wow, what is success? Holy moly, that's what we're going to do. Everyone looks at El Salvador, and hopefully everyone looks at the U.S. with the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve and say the same thing. Do you think this is, real quick, Rob, do you think this is something we're going to see moving forward? Like, this is the new formula for launching a Web3 game?
I mean, it might.
Or should it be? What do you think?
I don't know if
you're a big gaming guy.
I don't know if it should be, but, I mean, I don't know, man. You know what? I would say this. Stick to the tried, true way of working with gaming and then slowly implement blockchain, right? The one thing that I'll say is that when it comes to gamers, they are absolutely terrified of NFTs and they're terrified of blockchain. And at least that's the sentiment overarching for the communities. And so I as cringy as it sounds, you just gotta sneak it in on them, right? You gotta, don't let nobody know.
Sneak in the back door.
Just sneak it in on them. Just switch over the marketplace to NFTs. Don't even tell nobody. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh, hey, the sequel came out, and I got to move my skin over from one to the other. Or hey, I bought a skin on this Activision game, and then all of a sudden it's available on the other one. So I would just say, like, stick to what has worked in the past, and then bamboozle the end user and give them crypto even though they didn't want it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's. I mean, do you gotta agree with me at some point, right? Don't you agree?
You got to agree with me at some point.
don't you think I'm onto something here?
Yes, you're definitely on something.
All right. We did get one of five. Very interesting question as well from Nathan.
Okay. All right. Let's bring on our guest today. If you're not familiar, Ernest is the founder of Decrypted.tax, the leading tax company. They'll do your taxes, and they specialize in crypto. I know I've always used, up until I met Ernest, I've always used like a traditional tax guy until you start talking about crypto and cost basis, and they have no idea what you're talking about. And so the IRS has really got a microscope on our industry. People are getting sued. People are getting indicted. They're going to jail. Don't end up like one of those people. I wanted to bring you this resource today. So Ernest, welcome back to the show, man. Thank you for taking the time and joining us. How you been, brother?
Thanks for having me. I've been great. This has been a good week. I've been busy with some projects I'm working on and gearing up for the new tax season.
I know you're about to be a very, very busy man. I know you're a big trader. Any big trades you put in or are looking to kind of dip your toes into here?
I have. I've been distracted with what I've been working on another project, and I haven't been trading very much at all the last couple of weeks.
It's okay. We'll trade for you. We'll trade on your behalf.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, for sure.
Ernest, so I did a little poll on X. And so this is all about the community, right? Because I got a direct line of communication to you. I can just text you or call you. But the community doesn't have that. So I wanted to give them a little bit of resources. This is all about the people watching. So we have one question from Brokioshi. He said, a lot of people sell and buy back to realize losses for tax purposes. Can I realize the same loss by transferring between wallets instead of selling?
The answer is no.
Okay.
When you transfer between wallets, you're transferring from your left pocket to your right, and you still have control over the asset. So no. But what you can do is you can sell it and buy it back.
Ooh.
There's nothing to stop you from selling it and buying it back.
Amazing. All right. Travis had a question. Said, can I start an LLC or an S Corp and move my personal investments there for better tax options, or is it more beneficial to stay away from doing this?
Yeah. So we regularly set up. So I'm also an attorney. Just being an accountant, I'm an attorney, and I set up LLCs for clients that are doing just that. So ordinarily, when on your Schedule D, when you're trading crypto and you're reporting on your personal tax return, you can't deduct the related expenses. And so, I'm sorry, directly related expenses you can deduct, but not the indirectly related expenses, such as memberships to YouTube channels, research tools.
What about super chats?
All of those things. Yeah. So all of those things is something you can't deduct on your Schedule D, but you can deduct if you set up an LLC. And so we set those up for clients. Trips to the Bitcoin conference or consensus or any of those things. Those are all ordinary necessary business expenses for most people.
Amen to that. And take it from someone who has an LLC. Obviously, with our business, you can do a lot with taxes with LLCs. Now, Ernest, I did see I watched a video, this tax guy, he said there's a new form in 2025 that we have to fill out called a 1095 or a digital assets form. Is there any like general tip you want to give people for when they go to file their taxes in 2025 for the year 2024? Obviously, we want to keep the most amount of money we want to make. Is there something that not a lot of people know or talk about that could really put some extra money in their pocket?
Well, there is. So first off, the new forms that are coming out are going to be something you need to hire a professional to do. You're going to need to get someone who understands what's going on, and so that when you report, you're not over reporting the income that you make there. But tax loss harvesting is a common tactic. In December of every year, you can harvest losses. So you have any crypto that's currently in a loss, you can sell it. You can wait 5 minutes and buy it back, and realize those losses and step down your basis in those assets. But you can also realize tax gain harvesting. There's up to $48,300 of gain that an individual taxpayer in the United States can realize every year at a 0% rate. So you say, well, why would you do that? Well, if you have gains and let's say you bought Bitcoin at 80,000 and now it's up at 100,000, you can sell your Bitcoin, realize 20,000 a gain, and depending on your tax situation other than crypto, you can deduct up to 20. Or I'm sorry, you can then realize the 20,000 a gain at a 0% rate and step up your basis in your asset.
Awesome. And then Ernest, one of the biggest issues I had when I was filing my taxes is, sometimes in the cost basis, let's say Coinbase gives you the form, right? Your P&L form. The cost basis is not filled in. What would you recommend to people to make sure that they got the right numbers in there to make sure they're not overpaying on their taxes?
So that's one of the things that's important about decrypted tax that we do that's different than CoinLedger or Coinly or any of the others, is we have human eyes both at our software provider, Node 40, or also in our office with our staff. We put human eyes on those numbers. And so when we see missing cost basis, you'll hear your phone ring. We'll be there, or we'll send you an email, and we'll help you find that data. We've gone so far as to dive deep into trade confirmations that people get in their emails in order to recreate their cost basis in crypto that they had, for instance, with FTX, and when the FTX records weren't readily available.
And then interesting comment here, completely off subject. Like, I love to interrupt generally on the show. And with Felix Capeta says, I'm not filling out anything. I didn't make anything. What are you doing, Felix? It's a bull market, man. How are you not making any money?
Yeah. So a number of years ago, they put that checkbox on the tax return that says I have held digital assets during the year, and that was a move for future. So when they do come back at you, they're gonna come back hard, and they're gonna figure out that you did have digital assets in a wallet. Awesome. And so it's something. Clients come to us all the time and say, I don't want to report that wallet. I don't want to report that. And I can't do that for you. But what I can do is I can report everything, and I can report it properly. And I work to minimize your tax liability on those transactions.
And Ernest, what you told me last time we spoke, or maybe not last time, but a couple times ago, is a lot of people don't know this, but the gas fees you pay, you can write those off as expenses, correct?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And that's something that I'm assuming you obviously help people do as well.
We do. Yeah. The software on our website, it tracks that. So it's similar to CoinLedger or any of the others, except it tracks the tax lots all the way down in the blockchain, and it identifies all those expenses and puts them in a category for us so that we can deduct them.
Awesome. Guys, Ernest, I know you're busy, so we really appreciate you taking time out of your day. Guys, if you, I think Ernest is doing a free 1-hour consultation. So if you have any questions, and maybe it's a personal question you don't want to ask in the chat, completely understandable. Go to decrypted.tax and schedule your call. It's a 1-hour free call. Ask any question you want. Ernest has been doing this for a long time. We highly recommend him. We're using him for our taxes. And so this guy is top notch. So decrypted.tax, I did drop that link in the description or in the comment section. So Ernest, thanks as always, brother. And I'm hoping we can bring you back on again in the near future to kind of give people guidance if they have any questions, man. Thank you.
Sure thing. Anytime.
Thanks, brother. All right. I want to share this piece of news here. This is from MetaMask. Look at this. MetaMask announces U.S. debit card pilot program. Ethereum-based crypto wallet MetaMask has launched a pilot program in the United States for its MetaMask card, which is a crypto debit card for online and real-life payments. How does it work? It simplifies the crypto off-ramping process by extracting away tedious steps, such as transferring funds to a centralized exchange or a bank to spend your crypto. How does it work? All transactions are settled on Linea, which is an ETH layer 2 built by Consensus, who again also built MetaMask, which is development company behind MetaMask. The card can be used via digital wallet integrations with Apple and Google Pay. It currently supports 3 currencies, which is Tether, Circle, so USDT, USDC, and wrapped Ethereum, which is the wrapped version of ETH on Linea. And so instead of, hey, I made 20K on this coin, I want to go book a vacation for my family, let me go transfer it here, cash it out, do this and do that. You can just keep it in your MetaMask wallet. You have the card. You just swipe the card and buy it. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah, I mean,
If that's what you want.
the first thing I think of when we talk about DeFi, when we talk about MetaMask, talk about swapping is, hey, I have made a lot of money. And, well, what do you normally do to cash out? You have to move to an exchange, and then you have to move it to your checking account, and then you got to pay all the fees. And we know that MetaMask is an ETH-based wallet. So then, how much transaction fees are you paying there? $30 one end, $20 another. And then you're spending hundreds of dollars in fees for swapping, and then you got to approve the contract. You know what? Let's just avoid all of that. Get the MetaMask debit card. I mean, it just makes a lot of damn sense, man. I mean, right? I mean, you don't need to go move over to my off ramp is Coinbase, right?
Yeah. Same.
And so
Coinbase and Kraken.
What happens? Let's just say, for instance, you swing, hit a home run on a meme coin. You make 10 grand. You're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go buy something. What's your typical protocol for that? You would move over to your exchange and then cash out, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And so why even go through all of that? Just go straight natively through the wallet, through a debit card. Just makes a lot of sense. Regular exchanges have been doing this. This isn't the first DeFi wallet to do it, but this is one of the largest DeFi wallets in their space as well. I did want to give a little love to the chat. If you're new here, say something, type something in the chat. We'd love to give you a little recognition. We got Joku, Force, Just a Human, Bobby B, Dave Peace, Spanky, For Real, Sugar Bears, SoCal, Alex Counts, Blake Hart, Oyan Kodon, also Mr. JTX, and Jake. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, we are at 3 of 5 super chats.
Yesterday,
2 left.
Yesterday, Poman carried the goal.
Yeah.
Today, it's Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan's also the one that super chatted you to take a shot at my house.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Nathan.
Yeah, that was
He said one of his questions was if David was a breed of dog. I hope that question gets answered. All right. I do want to give a big shout out. Our other channel sponsor, we had the founder on the show. It's Pulse. It's a wearable, very similar to what Fitbit is, except it has crypto tied in and blockchain. And so what it essentially allows you to do is put the wearable on your phone. And I'm going to show you this here, right? These are the 2 wearables. There's 2 editions, the Founders and the Genesis edition. And there's going to be 3 different ways for you to earn money. And Nick, the founder, was on our show again. He talked about this. So a lot of people buy and sell your data, not just health data, but all your data, and they make money selling it. The brokers do. And so you, A, don't even know what's happening, and B, you also have no idea who's buying it, who's selling it, and how much money they're making. So what Pulse is looking to do is aggregate your data that you are going to own, and now you can receive offers from these companies that are looking to sell and buy your data. So you can get hit up by a company that says, hey, we want 3 months of your diet data, and we'll pay you X amount of money. You can earn money that way. You can also earn money because your wearable is mining tokens for you, whether you're awake, sleeping, doing push-ups, on the toilet, checking X, doesn't matter. This is an amazing product. We said that the first 3 pre-orders we got, we would throw in a free almanac. We're at 2. So there's 1 left. If you haven't ordered one, this is not some BS coin. This is not a meme coin. This is an actual product you can use every single day. Highly, highly, highly recommended. Go out and pre-order one. That link, I'm going to drop it in the comment section. So big shout out to them. Want to talk about health, making money. This is great. And this guy, Nick, the founder, that's literally what he's been doing for the last 12 years. Buying and selling data. Got connections. So big shout out to Pulse and a big thank you. And if you use our link, you'll save 10% off. So shout out to Pulse. That was great. That'll do it for the show today. We got 2 videos coming your way. We got a Cardano video coming your way. We're also dropping an XLM video. And so the markets are down. Prices are going, where are prices? Let's take a look. BTC at 97. So we recovered just a little bit. So the chart I was looking at, I haven't put my trade in. The chart I was looking at is the Solana chart. You want to put in a Solana trade. That's going to be my trade, is a Solana trade. Rob's trade was a Doge trade. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to market order a Solana trade, and I'm going to go very low leverage on this one. I'm going to go 3x leverage, isolated, and we're going to go on Solana, isolated, 3x leverage, market long position, Bada bing, bada boom. Shout out to Frankie Candles. I know that's his saying there.
No, it's Bing Bong is
Bing. Oh yeah, sorry, Frankie. If you're watching, my bad. So Solana, my liquidation is at 128. It's not getting there. Of course, anything can happen. But those are the trades. Tune in tomorrow. We'll see whose trade is better, mine or Rob's. He is currently up. Oh, you're currently down, my friend. You're down 11% on your trade. Yeah, but it's okay. You put your trade in a little earlier, so I got a little bit head start. We'll get a clear review tomorrow. Okay, we'll get a clear review tomorrow. And so, guys, this is the time to tune in, put your head down, do the work, do the research, spend the time. It's now. It's not when everything's at up 2, 3, 4, 5x. It's when everything pulls back. That's where you find those undervalued gems. That's where you buy the dips. That is how it's going to make you the most amount of money. And so, yeah.
All right. Well, we did reach our our goal there last minute. So, David, why don't you pick a question here? We actually got another one there. So, what do you think?
Okay,
Out of the question.
Okay, Ashley, can you please answer the dog breed question?
Is that?
Well, she was supposed to pick one. It's her thing.
Okay.
I'm supposed to pick one.
Okay. So okay. So
you do two of them, all of them.
Yeah, I'll pick the dog one.
The dog one.
You pick whatever you want, and then Rob, if you want to pick one, because my boy Nathan.
Three.
Yeah, Nathan, my boy Nathan spent $100. Anyways, Ashley, go ahead. Pick
the
her.
dog one.
Yeah. If I was a type of breed of dog, what would I be?
Give me the camera. Robin would for sure be a Chihuahua. He just yaps way too much.
Yeah.
And like, I'll bark, no bite.
Oh, I love it. Okay. And David?
David. You are not a Great Dane, but like, what's the other like big obnoxious
Mastiff
dog? Those ones. But you're not like the scary one. You're just kind of.
This dude's like, he looked like a basset.
It's not your question, bro.
It's
like a basset.
It's not your
No.
question.
Hold on. Give it big. Give it big.
Thank you.
You're the greyhound, the really skinny, like greyhound dogs.
Those dogs are ugly as shit.
Well, that's what you are.
Wow. Okay. At least you said I'm skinny. Thank you very much.
Then my favorite question is, Ash, do you get all warm and blushed every time that you see Rob like I do? This
Wow.
is for Nathan. And he says, I have a hot wife, but I still get this hot feeling when I see him, especially when he yells hola because my wife speaks Spanish.
I feel like that question was mainly for you. You just
No, it says Ashley.
I know.
It says
I understand.
Ash.
I
You get all
know,
warm
but
and
I
blush.
just think that Robin got his ego very
So let's
high.
see. Is she blushing right now? Not really.
No.
So I guess the answer to that question is no.
No, I walk into the studio and get pissed off when I see him, but I don't like blush.
You know, Chihuahuas are pretty annoying, Ash. I'll
That's
give you
what
that.
I'm saying. He just yapping too much.
All right. Is that all your questions you want to answer? Or do you want to answer another
What
one?
was another one?
So he said, do you like pineapple on your pizza?
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50.
I think it depends on my mood, but like I'm all down for the Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since you're answering all the questions, you might as well ask the last one.
What's the what
Should
class?
Rob unbutton one more
See, this
button
is
on his
literally
shirt
just to get Robin's ego up. Like,
or two? You know?
keep them all buttoned.
My boy Nathan got a bro crush on you, bro.
He does have a crush on you.
Nathan, we love you, man. Thank you.
Kind of cute.
I got over the fact that you made me take a shot on an empty stomach and I ruined me for a day and a half on my stomach, but that's okay. You're back in my good grace. So, you gonna unbutton your shirt? No, don't unbutton.
Unbutton
Anyways.
all of them. Go crazy.
Nah, we're good. I'm sitting next to the guy. This LED wall is already putting off a lot of heat. Your boy's over here sweating a little bit over here. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for the support. Nathan, big shout out to you. Po-Man, big shout out to you as well. Redirected. One more thing. He gave a $5 super chat. Said, did Ernest say you can sell at an L, buy the same crypto 5 minutes later and still be able to claim losses?
Yep.
Yes, he did. Again, if you have more in-depth questions and you want to kind of take that further, schedule the 1 hour call. It's free. You got nothing to lose, right? And so shout out to Ernest. And guys, you know, we know it's important with crypto. There's a lot of moving parts. So we try to leverage our connections in the space to bring you guys good information and make sure that you guys are well-positioned to not only make a lot of money, but keep a lot of money. With that being said, that'll do it for the show today. Ashley! That was perfect.
I'm good.
When Rocco comes back, we're going to have you train him on how to press the end button, okay? Thank you. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We love you guys. Make sure to come back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you then. Peace.
Sin City. Crypto, everybody know we here for entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in for big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Named according to your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon, then to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the